To be a person who sees what no one else can see. Because if you can see what no one else sees, you can come up with ideas no one else comes up with. And if you can do that, you can be the most creative person in every room. Now, a lot of times when we talk about creativity, when we talk about being innovative, we end up with disruption, right? There's lots of disruption. There's robo-advisory firms. There's disruption in financial services. There's disruption in every industry. And a lot of times we think, well, let's just read the right materials, let's study the right things, and we can predict this disruption, right? We can track where the disruption is going to come from. And then disruption turns out to be goat yoga, which, if you're unfamiliar with, is actually a thing where people go and do yoga and there's goats. Now, like you, when I first heard about this, my immediate thought was, why goat yoga? And then I read an article which didn't do much to explain it to me, but did do a lot to explain the mentality behind it. From someone who was a pioneer of goat yoga, who said, goat yoga works because, and this is a direct quote, it's impossible to be sad and depressed around goats. Okay, I mean, I guess there's maybe some evidence of that, maybe not. But we can't predict these things, right? Or we think we can't, because where would that come from? How do you know that this is going to happen first? Now, the problem with thinking about predicting the future is that there's actually a couple things that stand in our way. And the first thing that stands in our way is best practices, because we learn for a long period of time through school and through experience the best way to do something. We think we know the best way to do something, and we're stuck with that way. And we can't reinvent. We can't shift fast enough, and it holds us back. The second thing holding us back from the future is we expect everything to happen right away. The expectations are changing. We expect the impossible because we see it all around us. And this is what your clients see before they walk into that meeting with you, right? They see those impossible things and they think, I should be able to get that. Everybody knows everything about me, right? The third challenge facing us is what I call the believability crisis, which is that it's harder to be believable than ever before. Try and find something. Because the real truth has a big media and marketing problem. Because we're faced with all of this stuff, all of these challenges that are in front of us. So what does it really take to predict the future? What does it take to see what no one else sees? And be the sort of person, the sort of expert that can come to your clients and say, look, in 2019 or 2020 or whatever range you're looking at, this is what's going to matter.